Hey beautiful people, it's been a little bit, but I am so excited to do this video because it's very dear to my heart, and some of you may already know the big news, but I am 3 months pregnant. Yeah, crazy. 3 months pregnant. I am due I can't even talk, I'm so excited. I'm due June 17th. And so I thought I would just do this video to kind of update you guys the last 3 months, keeping this big old secret, which was the hardest freaking thing I've ever had to do. But I first want to say why I'm down in my basement. So this is the only day I have time to film. Been a little crazy lately, but we are getting our carpets redone so I can get the nursery started. So if you hear weird noises or whatever, that's them taking off all the carpet and redoing it, which I'm so excited about. Kind of doing that nesting thing, getting ready for the baby, getting the nursery going. I'm so excited. So I thought I would just start from the beginning of how I found out I was pregnant, when I got pregnant, and then go into answering some of the most common questions I've had so far. Josh, I guess you guys know his name now. So Josh and I actually conceived wedding weekend, which is extremely unique and rare. So we had decided when we were married that if we had kids, great, we weren't preventing them, but we honestly thought it would take us some time to conceive for private reasons, just because of family, and we thought it would take a little time. We were a little naive in that. On my wedding weekend, this might be TMI for some of you, I was still on my period my last day, so I thought I was completely kind of safe, and lo and behold, I was not. Probably like four weeks after that, I was in the shower and I was like, babe, do my boobs look bigger? And he's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, yeah, because they're kind of sore. But I was like, that makes sense because I just did actually a really heavy push-up workout and pec workout, so they're probably just sore from that. And so that was my first kind of like, oh, that makes me nervous. My second thing, because my boobs never get tender ever, even on my period, they never really get that tender. My second one was I was in bed, and at 11:30 p.m. at nighttime, I got up to go get food. And if you know me, I love sleep, so once I'm in bed, and I do not get up. So the fact that I got up to go eat bite meals, I was like, that's so odd. That was my second one. And then I was also just kind of like irritable, and I felt really bad about it. I was really irritable towards my husband, and I was like, why the heck am I irritable? I don't understand, like, I'm sorry, babe, but I really don't understand why I'm irritable. Everything just is annoying me, like, really bad. I just had a hunch, and I had a pregnancy test, and I was like, I'm going to take it just so I can get this possibility that I may be pregnant out of my mind, because I was stressing about it and I didn't feel pregnant. So I was like, okay, just take it so you stop worrying about it and you can move on with your life and, you know, prepare for your pregnancy. Because we wanted to start having kids like 8 months from now is when we were going to start trying. And so when I took it, I was expecting it to be negative. And I took it 5 days before my missed period, and it came up bold, 2 double lines within 30 seconds at 9 p.m. at night. And that's when like your HCG levels are the lowest. And so my first inclination was like, holy hell. So I was a deer in headlights, and I was holding it, and I was like, babe, you know, and I come walking out of the bathroom, and I look at him, and he looked at me and he started jumping up and down like a little kid, and he's like, ah, you're pregnant, we're gonna have a baby. And he was so excited, and I was like a deer in headlights for a couple weeks because mentally I just was so shocked. I was not ready for it. I was preparing myself like 8 months down the road. I just know how heartbreaking it is to get pregnant, and so I felt really guilty for not having like this extreme excitement. It was something that I was like, I'm having a baby, why am I not just over the moon excited? And now I'm over the moon and excited. But it just took me some time to like let it wrap around my head and know that like I'm gonna be a mama, and that is something, the biggest gift I can be given as like a woman. And so so yeah, I'm really excited now, and we just simply cannot wait. So that's how I found out I was pregnant. Not exciting. I wanted to tell my husband, like, I had all this elaborate plans when I was gonna get pregnant, how I was gonna tell him and be all cute and like, you know, but that didn't happen so much. But it was in the moment, and it was perfect, and it was real, and I can't take that back. The first trimester was terrible. I'm just gonna kind of update you guys on that. I didn't realize how much caffeine I was having until I had to cut it out. So during pregnancy, you can have like 1 cup of coffee a day, which equivalents to like 200 milligrams, no more. Well, my pre-workout alone is like over that amount, and then I would have maybe a cup of coffee every other day with that. So I was having anywhere from 6 to 800 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is actually a crap ton. And I didn't like my workout's all natural, so I never really put how much caffeine I was consuming. So when I had to cut it, I cut it cold turkey at first, and I was having like the most raging headaches on top of extreme exhaustion, on top of hormone swings, on top of like moodiness, on top of peeing every 5 seconds, on top of being bloated every second of every day. Terrible. I just felt terrible. I felt like a loaded potato at all times. And when you're pregnant, like the first trimester is so hard to get adjusted to, because you know you're pregnant, but no one else knows you're pregnant, and so you just feel like out of your like comfort zone. You feel kind of not yourself. I definitely felt like my motivation was completely like flat out gone. And don't feel discouraged for that lack of motivation. It's normal, it's real, it's there, and don't let it eat you alive. Literally had, hey, manners. I literally had no energy. So I would drag myself to the gym. It was literally like tooth and nails. But once I was there, I felt like my old self again, and I felt amazing. Like it gave me energy. Literally had to think about the positive of when I go to the gym, I feel better. And I had to hold on to that thought and that feeling and drag myself to the gym knowing that when I worked out, I'll feel better, this tiredness will go away, and it'll be worth it. And so I held on to that. And sometimes I sat in the parking lot for 20-30 minutes trying to get myself amped up to go work out. Even if it was walking on the treadmill for 10 minutes, or even if it was doing 25 rows on the TRX, because that happened a few times. I went in, walked on the treadmill, did 25 TRX rows, and I was like, solid work, Hannah. And then I left. Instantaneously, before I knew I was pregnant, I was doing a workout, and I was doing a fairly easy one, and I was like, why can't I breathe? I feel like I haven't worked out in 2 weeks. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I was so confused, because when you first get pregnant, your body's changing, and you're getting more blood in your system, and you're gonna be fatigued, and it makes sense now. And so I've adjusted my workouts. That's been like one of my biggest questions: are you gonna continue to work out and during your pregnancy? And yes, I am going to continue to work out during my pregnancy. So there is this misconception that when you're pregnant, you need to eat for 2, sit at home, rest, do everything for the baby. Depending on your situation, that's the right thing to do. But for most people, being active, working out is the best thing that you can do for your baby. There is so much research out there now that proves exercise is healthy for your baby. And the common rule is what you can do, what you did before pregnancy, you can do during your pregnancy. Obviously, I've lowered my intensity naturally because I was crazy, I'm going to go as hard as I can till I puke kind of girl before I was pregnant. Obviously, that is not my goal. My goal is to be healthy, maintain just a good cardiovascular system, body strength for my little one. I'm working out for my little one, not for me anymore. I've already gained like 7 pounds, and I'm only in the first trimester, and I don't care. At first, that was a really big adjustment, gaining weight and like wanting to have this standard of a fit pregnancy and having people watch me. And then I realized, this is my time with my little one to be pregnant, and I'm going to take that selfish time. And if it takes me a year to recover from having pregnant, so be it. Like, this pressure on fit mamas to recover so quick and have these amazing baby recoveries, and not all the time is that realistic for every mama, and I think it just puts unnecessary pressure. And I have all the time in the world after I'm pregnant to get my body back. And so once I realized that, and once I realized that my baby is going to feed off my anxiety, and my baby is going to feed off of the way I'm feeling, I don't want them to feel nervous. I don't want them to feel discouraged about the body we're living in. I want them to be happy. I want them to be confident, and I want them to just thrive. So that's my new mindset. I will work out. I'm absolutely terrified to share my journey online. A lot of people still will have an opinion, which is okay. Like, yes, you can exercise, but many people think exercise needs to just be walking. And if I were to just walk every day, that would actually be hard on me just because of how intense I was before. So continuing what I'm doing is the best for my mind, my body, and my little magic bean, because that's what my body's used to. If I have a drastic change in my day-to-day life, it's going to affect me in a negative way. And a negative mama's a negative baby. A happy mama's a happy baby. I would just appreciate all you guys during this journey to be positive with me and help spread the word that exercise is 100% okay for your baby. As long as you are approved by your doctor, there is no high risk conditions in your pregnancy, you are healthy, exercise is good. I'm so scared. The hate is gonna come, and I know it's gonna come, and I think it's gonna be so hard this time around because it's attacking the thing I'm protecting most. And I think that's why mamas take it so personally, or some mamas don't share their journey. And I've thought about modifying my workouts on social media so I don't receive the hate, so I fit the expectations of what society thinks is fit. And I'm like, why? Then it's not a genuine share of my journey. So I'm gonna share my journey and what I do, even if it's controversial to most people, because that's my journey and that's what's healthy for me. And people need to learn to accept that every pregnancy is different. What might be healthy for me might not be healthy for another mama. What might be healthy for another mama, like, heck no for me. It's just life. It's the same thing with what diet works for someone might not work for someone else. Bottom line, I would never jeopardize this precious little magic bean in my belly. I am so over the moon for it, and truly humbled and blessed to be able to be a mama. So yeah, whew, going over all of that stuff. So I am 3 months pregnant. Technically, so the whole controversial thing of the 3 months pregnant versus 2 months pregnant when you're 12 weeks, it's kind of silly. 12 weeks divided by 4 is 3 months. But considering most people don't count the 4 weeks of your pregnancy a month at all, I'd be considered 2 months. Whatever, I'm 12 weeks and 5 days pregnant right now. Almost out of my first trimester and into my second. I'm starting to get way more energy, which is phenomenal. I'm getting a little more boost and feeling more like myself. I haven't had extreme food aversions other than shrimp and scallops, which were like my favorite foods before, and sometimes eggs. The only time I can have eggs is on a bagel sandwich or in a burrito. Those were my only really big food aversions, and I've been craving yogurt like crazy. Yogurt parfaits, so good. So I've been craving that. And peeing every 5 seconds, yes, that's a real thing. And bloating, constipation, and TMI here, skip forward if you don't want to hear this, the gas is unreal. Like, I took my prenatals and I thought something died in my stomach. Like, it was terrible. Like, my husband has now nostrils of steel because of it. And for all the men that are watching this, don't run off. Like, this is completely 100% normal. If you love your wife, you love your wife. But it's so, like, it's just crazy because when you have the progesterone, it slows down all the digestion in your stomach, so your digestion is slower, and then all the hormones just create bubbly gas. And I'd never in my wildest dreams anticipated this part of pregnancy. And I already have natural issues with bloating, so with pregnancy, at the end of the day, it's like, boom. Like, I just feel like so puffy, but it's all worth it. So I'm so sorry if that's TMI for some people, but I know I struggled with it in the beginning with the bloatedness, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already showing, like, I'm already pregnant, like, I'm not even a month pregnant yet. And so I think I was very insecure about it. So just talking about the reality of pregnancy, I think, is so healthy for so many mamas and soon to mama bees, and even for the husbands that are going to be getting ready for their wife to be pregnant, knowing it. What else? Week 6 was the most terrible for me because of the drastic change in caffeine. Week 8, I felt like $1,000,000. I got 3 amazing workouts in that were just felt like my normal self. The bloating went down during week 8, and then week 9, again, it all perked kind of back up. And if you're a pregnant mama, know that it's going to be up and down, up and down. Some days you're going to feel great. Some days you're going to feel terrible. Some days you're not going to want to get out of bed. But just know you're carrying a miracle in your stomach, and it's all going to be worth it. And don't stress about not getting to the gym. Don't stress about not being productive. It's all going to be okay. You have the rest of the 9 months after it to be productive. Cherish the time you have right now to just enjoy what's growing inside of you and the miracle that's blooming. Once I kind of grasped that concept, my whole mindset changed of, well, I was really lazy today, and that would really, like, make me feel discouraged about myself. And I realized, no, I just grew 10 fingers today. What did you do today? It really helped change my mindset. Staying positive is key. So I think that, like, covers most of my first trimester. I don't want to, like, go completely crazy too long, but I'm going to go into some of the most common questions that I have received. Do I want a boy or a girl? I just want healthy. I want a healthy baby. We just did our 12-week blood test, and that was actually very scary for the chances of potential disorders or anything like that. So Josh and I want healthy. I genuinely see myself with a boy, but I will be over the moon for a boy or a girl. Do we have names picked out? Yes, but we aren't going to reveal them until the baby is born. And are we going to do release the gender? We will release the gender, but it's not going to be a little bit until down the road, but I just want to find out. It's going to be so hard for me to wait. So we will find out the gender, and we will reveal the gender during the pregnancy. I just don't know when yet, because I want to do it with family around, because I think that's really special, and do a gender reveal, but I just got to work out the details with that. Was this pregnancy planned? So like I was saying, we wanted kids. So this pregnancy wasn't entirely planned, but it was planned, if that makes sense. We weren't anticipating it to happen so soon. So it was an unplanned planned pregnancy. So yes. What am I most excited to be a mama? So I am genuinely most excited to raise a good quality kid with character and integrity and kindness. Been listening to a lot of podcasts lately to get ready for motherhood, and one thing I've really noticed that in parents, every parent, not that this is a bad thing, is so focused on the extrinsic factors of their kid. My kid goes to this great school, my kid's getting the best education, my kid's doing all these sports that make them feel confident, my kid is really good at basketball, my kid is an amazing gymnast, like all of the extrinsic factors that they think define their child to make them confident. And I think that completely takes away from the value of the intrinsic factors of I'm a good person, I am happy, I am joyful, I have integrity, I am full of grace, like all of the things that a child needs to know to be confident is what I want to focus on in the intrinsic factors. So I'm most excited to raise that in my child. My husband is the same way. We're both on the same page with that, and if our kid does sports, great, but if they don't want to do sports, great. We're going to focus on I'm just a good kid, good solid kid. So that's what I'm most excited for about motherhood, and just the challenge of, I think, I like challenges, but just the challenge of balancing everything, being a working mama, having a life, having my little fur babies too, and still giving them attention. I'm looking forward to that journey of starting a family. Will I hire a nutritionist? I've had a lot of people ask me about my diet changes. So as you guys all know, I don't count calories, I don't count macros. I've always done intuitive eating. I've been doing intuitive eating this entire pregnancy so far, and for the first 5 weeks of my pregnancy, my intuitive eating was off. So naturally I always have a sense of I'm full, no more. And that kind of went away for the first 5 or 6 weeks, and I was why am I not feeling full? And so I was eating a lot, and I just kicked it up to my body was telling me I need to eat more, and I listened to that, and that's how I've been doing my whole entire pregnancy. If I crave something, I allow myself to have it. I don't worry about, holy crap, I had 5,000 calories today. I just don't worry about it. The only thing I worry about is staying fueled. I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible because now my little nugget is actually taking my food and using it to grow. So I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible, but if I want something that's not so healthy, I have it and I enjoy it, and I'm sure this little one is enjoying it too. And drinking water has been something I've really struggled with, so I've probably upped my water 5 times as what I was before I was pregnant, and I pee all the time, but it's okay. And then I continue to work out, and I just want to feel good. My main goal is just to feel good, feel energized, and have energy that way, and not so much, well, I ate a lot, I need to work out this hard. That's out the window for the next 6 months until it's due. So just intuitively listening to my body, not worrying about calories or macros. I'm just trying to eat as good as I can and feel my brain too, because our brains need some of that food that's not so good just to keep us sane. So yeah, I'm not changing my diet, I'm not worried about my diet, and I'm just embracing the whole journey of pregnancy. My battery is dying. I gotta kick. How have my dogs reacted so far to this pregnancy? My dogs seriously knew right away. They will not leave my side. They stay smushed on me. Missy's actually getting a little bit of separation anxiety right now when I'm gone, because I feel like she thinks she can't protect me. So she's been a little bit off that way, being anxious, and she got into the trash a couple times those last few months. They never get into the trash, and they got into the trash last few months only when I've been pregnant. So I've got to reassure her that it's all going to be okay. And one of the funny stories was when we first found out I was pregnant, they were smushing me, both of them laying on my chest, and Josh was like, well, I want one. So he grabbed Missy to try to cuddle with her, and she was oh, and came right back to me and wouldn't have it. They would not leave my side. It's the most precious thing. They're going to be amazing little siblings. I'm going to have 3 mischievous little kids running around the house. If you guys know my dogs, they are a handful. They're amazing. They're phenomenal dogs, but they can be brats, just like any pets. Pets are kids. Am I afraid to raise a kid, 1, being interracial, and 2, in a world so full of hate? This is a phenomenal question. Yes and no. So no, I'm not afraid to raise my kid in a world that's full of hate. If anything, it makes me more excited to teach my kid the power of love and how to fight the hate that they're going to receive via love. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. Is life hard? Absolutely. But that's the joy of teaching your kid and being a great parent, is teaching them how to fight adversity the right way and still being confident in who they are, where they don't need to retaliate via the same fuel that they're getting at them. I think so many kids, parents say, well, stand up for yourself, fight for yourself, and they fight back, which I think is a great tool many times, but I don't think it hits the point of a kid being able to be like, no, I'm better than this, I don't want to fight you. You can try to fight me, but I'm going to walk away. And I think that is so valuable, because then the kid gets a sense of confidence. They get a sense of that they don't need to fight to validate their worth. They don't need to stand up for themselves to feel their worth. They know their worth already before or after a fight even happens. And that's my goal as a parent, to teach them to fight adversity and fight hate with love, not only for the sake of the situation, but for the sake of their own heart and being able to be at peace with it no matter what. That's just my opinion on it. It's completely, who knows how it'll change as I go. I think as a mom, you adapt and you change, and it's part of the growing process you have with your child, and I'm so excited for that. Am I going to make mistakes? Yeah, but I think that's so beautiful as parents, is we're so afraid to make mistakes that we can't learn from them. Like, when you parent out of fear, you're really not parenting. And I think when you parent out of love and you parent with a full force of let's get after this life, I think both of you and your child are going to be able to learn throughout that, and both of you are going to be better off. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, I don't want to make this so long, because this is already a freaking long video. If you obviously have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comment section. And I will continue to update you guys as my pregnancy goes. I'm going to continue to post as many videos as I can about my pregnancy. I'm excited, and I hope you're excited, and I hope that if you're a mom out there struggling, just take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. Know that what you're carrying is a miracle, and that is the best thing that you can ever give yourself right now. So just take a deep breath. All my fit people that are worried about life right now, you too, take a deep breath. Life's too short to be stressed and looking at the future instead of the present. Live in the present, which is something I'm really, really trying to focus on, is just being here, being present, being in the moment. If I'm stressing, I'm thinking about the future. If I'm depressed, I'm thinking about the past, and I just need to be in this moment, cherishing this day. And when I do that, I find there's so many beautiful things that I'm not seeing when I'm on either spectrum. So be in the present. This is a fit community that I want just so much positivity and love and kindness, and that would just be like amazing. So yeah, say goodbye, Soto. Say bye. Adios, you guys. I will talk to you next time. Stay tuned for 2 more videos. I hope you guys have such a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it was everywhere. Pregnancy brain. I blame me on the pregnancy brain. I have no organization right now, and my brain is kind of out the window. Go ahead and give it this if you liked it. I would appreciate that. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You guys know the whole deal. And